Let's take a deeper dive into the fall 2023 fashion trends. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is SimplyKura, and I believe that when you feel good, you look good. So on this channel, I show you how to take fashion and use it as a tool to help you look and feel your best. So the last video I did about fall 2023 fashion trends, a lot of you were very excited about the trend. You've been wanting to change up your style a bit, or these things were already in your style, or you just like to have a nice, clean, basic wardrobe. And then there were some of us that were not excited about this at all and was just really craving the fashion. And I actually have a few more trends that I want to talk about that are a little more fun. However, before we get there, I do want to illustrate a very quick point. On this channel, we have talked about the fashion cycle. If you've been following me for a while, or if you are very into fashion, you know that fashion and trends are cyclical, right? They go in a circle. Once you know and have knowledge about what comes after what in the fashion cycle, you kind of have an idea of what might be coming up next. Now, with the rise of fast fashion and social media, the fashion cycle, in my opinion, seems to have sped up fairly quickly. It is a little faster than it was, say, back in the 90s. Right? However, if you are in tuned, you kind of have an idea of what's coming next. When you think of the 80s, you think of bold shoulders, you think of bright colors, think of big hair, you think of something like this from YSL. This is off the 1987 runway. That same year, Givenchy sent this down the runway. If you notice, they're both bright and bold and beautiful colors. The Saint Laurent has a beautiful statement necklace and big earrings and orange and pink. And the Givenchy has houndstooth. It has bows. It has this bright yellow. It has big earrings, right? Two of the things that you may think about when you think about the 1980s and the wardrobe that everyone wore back then. If you are in tune with the fashion cycle and what comes next, you know that we went from the big, the boldness, and the colorfulness of the late 80s. We then proceeded to go to a little more minimalistic, the 90s supermodel off-duty. So now that was 1987. In 1988, Michael Kors sent this down the runway, this down the runway with a beautiful metallic skirt, and this down the runway with tailoring and, again, very neutral colors. This is only 1 year's difference, 1987 to 1988. Now, in 1988, the general public was most likely still dressing like what was on the first show in 1987 from Givenchy and YSL, right? What Michael Kors was showing on the runway was soon to come. Remember now, this was the late 80s. We know when the 90s hit, we were looking for more minimalistic, supermodel type of vibes, Naomi Campbell's off-duty type of vibes. Those were approaching, and the big hair and the colorfulness of the 80s was left behind. Sis, why are you talking about the 80s and 90s? Well, because the fashion cycle right now is doing the same thing. Last year, when I was telling you about dopamine dressing and coming out of the pandemic, and we were wearing sparkles and beautiful bright colors and wearing feathers and everything that we loved, now the fashion cycle is showing us what's next. And what we're seeing is very similar to the fashion cycle from the 80s and the 90s. We went from very over the top, big and bold, to simple and minimalist and tailored and structured. The same exact thing is happening. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because, one, the fashion cycle don't lie. And two, it is very easy to get caught up in the trends and thinking that you have to follow every single trend. Someone in the comments, and I've actually said this before, but someone in the comments reiterated that they love minimalistic designs, but they love color, right? What they do is take the shapes off the runway and the minimalism off the runway, but they use it in their own color. So like a beautiful tailored suit that is very minimalistic, but in a beautiful pink color or a yellow color, whatever the color is you like. And they take what's on the runway and make it work for them. The thing is, the fashion cycle is gonna fashion cycle. You just have to know what to take and how to style it within your own personal style. And in fact, that's really why I put so much emphasis on personal style. In my videos about how to style a white shirt, how to style a jean jacket several ways, those videos are because I don't want anyone to feel like how they dress is completely wrong. Now, there are things that you can do that makes you look dated, but there's always a way to keep your style and to stay relevant. It is the fashion cycle's job to cycle, right? However, it is our job to make sure that we hold on to our own personal style. That's really why I love trends and I talk about them often, but I cannot wait to see what everyone's gonna do personally with these very basic, very tailored type of vibes. I am ecstatic. Let me just show you a few more of what I call a little bit more fun trends. So in the last video, I talked about the 2010s coming back around and being in style, but I didn't talk about peplum. So when I spoke about and gave you guys a little glimpse into today's video on my community page, I got a mixed response. Some people have a very knee-jerk reaction to the peplum. They hate it, and other people welcome it, and some of you said that you never even stopped wearing it. I will say that I have tried back in the 2010s to wear it, and it's just never looked good on me, though in the 2010s I loved it on everybody else. Christopher Kane, Paco Rabanne, all had it on the runway. Now it has actually been out for a while. It hasn't been widely received yet. I will say though that it doesn't have to be exactly like it was worn in the 2010s. Something like this from Revolve is extremely elevated, very modern, and looks different than what it was going on in the 2010s. Something like this from Ulla Johnson with the added detail of the sweetheart neckline really brings it, in my opinion, into 2023. This one from Bloomingdale's is much more easy to wear. It's not too over the top. It's not making a huge statement, and is very easily worn with a pair of jeans and flats, since ballet flats are a thing now, or boots. This one from Express is giving a little more of what I remember, but the peplum part I believe is smaller than what I remember. But it's not overwhelming and very easy to wear. So what are your thoughts, your honest thoughts about peplum? In the last video, as far as colors, we talked about red. The other two colors that are said to be the color of the season is this, what Elle is calling this buttery soft yellow, as well as this, what they're calling olive oil green, which is a very similar color family, really could be worn together. And that buttery mellow yellow is what they're calling it color was seen at Isabel Marant, Prada, and Christopher Kane. So if you're a person that really needs little color and really wants to stay on trend, look for red, that buttery yellow, and that beautiful olive oil green. They also made notes of these off-the-shoulder tops, which I think is just so beautiful and very sexy during the fall, right? In this cozy material with a little off-the-shoulder action and a sleeve that comes a little long, like a very slightly bell-sleeved with a pair of jeans. Chef's kiss. Very sexy, laid back, not too overdone. Love that. So maybe something like this from Naked Fashion, something like this from Revolve, and this extremely affordable one from Banana Republic Factory. Vivienne Westwood, Chloe, and Zimmerman all had them on the 2023 fall fashion runways. And I think this is one of the things that I just adore. I love this. The next trend is super interesting to me. Some magazines are calling it hot fuzz, and others are calling it cool and cozy. Any way you slice it, it's just furry, warm details. So Gucci, amongst others, had fur on the runway for this fall winter. I, for one, love a little extraness, so I think this is fabulous. And what I find so interesting is that this is vintage Alaya from 1988, and this is Current Chloe 2023. The fashion cycle is going to fashion cycle. So not only in the late 80s, the early 90s, there were tailored suits and minimalism that followed the over-the-topness of the 80s. They also had these little fur details that we are also seeing in this fashion cycle. I'm so sorry if I'm nerding out, you guys. I love this stuff. It's just so interesting to me. I really feel like this is a trend that you could really take and have fun with. Since red and olive oil green and yellow are in trend, and also this furry cozy kind of vibe, you could take those and put them together and get a red cozy jacket or a leather jacket with fur details. There's so many things that you can do with this trend that will not be boring. So these trends might not be exactly what you're looking for. They might not be as exciting as the dopamine dressing, but I'm hoping that I've talked about personal style so much that you are not disappointed with what's on trend right now, because your sense of style is so strong that you are able to pick and choose and continue on and still look amazingly fabulous. So now that we have the trends, let's go shopping. So by now we all know that red is the color of the season, and a really easy way to incorporate it into your wardrobe is in outerwear and in this beautiful blazer from Zara. Pinstripes were everywhere on the runway this season, and this is a very easy way to wear it. Picture this with a blazer over top or a white collar button up underneath. This is just so cute. A few of you asked me if denim is still in, and here's the thing. We all just bought a whole bunch of denim this past spring. So to not wear our denim this fall and winter would be silly. Of course it's still in. Denim is a staple in a lot of our wardrobes. And as you can see from Zara, they have boots, they have flats. This whole situation would be extremely cute with a blazer and some boots. Yeah, wear your denim. Wear your denim. Statement earrings are a huge trend. I've been talking about this for a while. If you are like me and have bougie ears and can't get these gorgeous things from Zara, try eBay and get some ones from the 90s. Very cute. This is not particularly in style or on trend for fall, but if you've been with me for a while, you know I love a feather and you know I love pink. So I had to stay true to myself. This is the cutest, or one of the cutest little blazers I've seen, and it's cropped, which is a big deal this season. Speaking of cropped blazers, these two are so good. I know that we've been wearing oversized blazers for many seasons, but think about getting a cropped one. This dress from Banana Republic is simultaneously modest, trendy, and extremely sexy. It is made out of silk, and it is just so beautiful and easy to wear, and just, I love everything about this. They also have a very similar dress at Dish. It is in satin as opposed to silk, but it is just as lovely. I love this color as well. I'm sure that the silk will last longer, but this is a beautiful option. Banana Republic has been getting all of my coins lately. They have just turned everything around. Everything looks so sleek and modern. I love the pants. I love the way they styled it with this very plain but also detailed white shirt. It's just lovely. So what have you been buying this fall? Have you started shopping for fall? And what are some of the best pieces you found so far? Fashion and beauty. Name a better duo. At this point, we know that red is trending in fashion for fall, but what we don't know, or what I haven't spoken about, is that red lipstick, like fashion, is going to be big for this fall. Let me show you the top red lipsticks that I will be wearing this fall. This This liquid matte lipstick is from a French makeup artist, and the brand is called Violetta. If you have seen her on YouTube, you have been blessed. She has such a different way and a different approach to makeup. This particular red is supposed to mimic that of a rose petal, and it does a beautiful job. It is steep, it's rich, and it does really last all day. It is a very comfortable formula. As you can see, it is just so rich and beautiful. And when you look on the website, you can really tell that it looks good on so many different people. It's not too expensive, but it gives such a luxe vibe when worn. I'm telling you guys, anybody can wear this color. It is absolutely stunning. This one is an oldie but a goodie. I cannot tell you how long I have been wearing Stila Bezos. This was one of my first red liquid lipsticks so many years ago. I can't tell you how many tubes of this that I had. They last so long, and the color is so vibrant and bright and just gorgeous. Now, they say that this lasts for 12 hours, and I don't believe I've ever worn this lipstick for 12 hours, but I can tell you when I did wear it, it lasts from the time I put it on through lunch, through dinner, and all the way back home. This color is a bit more bright than the last color. It is more in tune with what is going on in fashion in comparison to the Violetta. Let me show you the difference. And that one is the beautiful Violetta. Gorgeous on both accounts, very different reds. If you are the type of person that gets their makeup from Target or Dwayne Reed and you just can't be bothered with too expensive lipsticks, this Lip Bar Boss Lady is the way to go. Lip Bar in general, they have one of the most pigmented red lipsticks, especially for the price. The packaging is not great. However, it's what's in the bottle that works well. Again, this is found at Target and on their website, and I believe Ulta. But this one is a little darker, more on par with the Violetta from the first one. But I have not met or seen anyone in this color that it didn't look absolutely stunning. It goes on like a lip gloss, but it dries down like a matte lipstick and is just beautiful. Again, it stays on for hours and hours and hours. You don't want to put too much on because you want it to dry down so that it lasts for the whole day. But when I'm telling you it's fabulous, let me compare it to the first one. It's a very similar color. This is the Boss Lady and this is Violetta. Violetta seems to have a little bit more orange in there, but they're both deep and beautiful, and they're so different in my opinion that I definitely need both. With a classic luxury brand like Dior, you know you are sure to get a quality product. This is the Dior Rouge Matte Lipstick in 999. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorites. It comes in a few different formulas. This is a blue-based red, which has the tendency to look good on so many people. Very lightweight. I will say it doesn't last as long as some of the other ones, but when worn properly and put into your purse just to dab, to touch up, it is absolutely stunning. I love this color and I will always have this in my collection. And the last one I want to talk about is this NARS. Again, been wearing it for so many years. It is a liquid lipstick and this one is called Star Woman. It's another blue-based red which looks good on so many people, but this one really just lasts all day. NARS has long time been one of my favorite brands and I stand. What I love most about this is not only the color, but the small applicator. I love the precision that I can get with this small applicator. When the applicator is bigger, I tend to not have so much control over it. And again, an absolutely stunning color. Just so you're able to kind of see how they all compare, this one is the very first one. It's Violetta. This one is Stila Bezos. This one is the Lip Bar Boss Lady. This is the beautiful Dior 999. And this is NARS Star Woman. All very different, all beautiful, all super on trend. Will you be wearing red lipstick this fall and winter? I am a huge Sex and the City fan. I've watched every single episode from the first season to the last several times. I've watched all the movies, so it was only natural that I would be watching And Just Like That. Now, while the show does fall flat in many areas, one way it does not fall flat is in the fashion. Okay. Please tell me that I am not the only one watching And Just Like That. I have been watching from the beginning to the end, and I have some notes. There's a lot of things to question about And Just Like That, and I love anything that has to do with the Sex and the City. I just do. It's just the fashion. It's set in a city where I was born and raised and where I live now. I love it, right? I think that it's fantastic that they tried to make the cast more diverse. I love that we have some black women, we have an Indian woman, we have Lily, who's always been there, but we have a little Asian girl. I don't know how old she is, a young lady. So I love that we have some diversity. We have diversity in age and size and ethnicity. That's fantastic. I do think, though, the way that they brought all this diversity in was very strange. It was not very, it didn't seem authentic. Like Charlotte said something about wanting to have or having to have more black friends. It was just all weird. It was just all weird. I hate that Samantha's not there. I hate that they made Miranda so weak. I hate, and spoiler alert, I hate that Carrie said that she thinks that Big might have been a mistake. After all of that, she thinks Big might have been a mistake. I have some thoughts. And I don't want to get into all of them. I'm here for the fashion. I'm here for the fashion. So really what I love about the fashion of the original women, Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte, I love that they all are still very much who they are, right? Carrie, her outfits are still very quirky, or she's still doing a lot of layering. I love that Charlotte is very still Upper West Side. They have kept her in that box. That hasn't changed. Even Miranda, as she goes through her changes and she develops and figures out what's right for her, her style is still very much the same. I love the added fashion from Lisa and Seema. In fact, I think I might love Lisa and Seema's outfits better than the other girls. When Samantha was on there, Samantha was one of my favorites as far as fashion was concerned. I would not have been Samantha's character, but I would have been her fashion sense. I like the way she dressed the most. So to look at Lisa and to look at Seema, I love what they're both doing. I think that they are amazing. It's very modern and very New York. Love it. I died when I saw what Lisa wore to the Met Ball. Are you joking? Are you kidding me? My mouth dropped open. The color red, which we know is the color of the season, and the headpiece, I died, okay? I absolutely died. And of course, when Carrie walked out with the wedding dress and the cape, I just... heart palpitations. Absolute heart palpitations. I loved every minute of that. I also really appreciate talking about diversity, that they have even included some designers, some black and brown designers. The sari that Seema wore during Diwali is designed by an Indian woman or man. I believe it was a woman. I also love that Charlotte was carrying a Brandon Blackwood bag. So not only are they diversifying their cast, they also diversified their designers, which I think is great. It was also very interesting to see Carrie wearing this J.W. Anderson bag, this bird bag, when she had so much to say about Big when he got her that Judith Lieber purse. that was a bird. She was so upset about that, but she could wear the J.W. Anderson purse. Very strange, because it's essentially the same type of thing, right? This scene with Charlotte and Lisa stood out to me because it's such a testament to personal style. Both of these women, I'm looking at the picture here, both of these women are wearing this beautiful bright color yellow, but in a totally different way. It just really goes to show your personal style can stand out in any color, in any shape, in any form, really. And I really just love that. I have so many thoughts about the fashion on this. So many thoughts on the fashion on this show. I have so many thoughts about the plot and the writing. I do wish Samantha was there because I love Samantha. Anyway, thank you for listening to me mumble on. Let's continue with the video. Anyway, you guys, I know that this was a much different video than I usually do. I kind of put everything into one long video, kind of like a variety show, if you will. These are the things I love. My goal is to try to add in more things than just to buy. I want to have conversations with you. I obviously still want to talk about fashion and personal style and shopping and showing you what I bought. Let me know what you think about any part of the video, the Sex of the City, the red lipsticks, the shopping for the things that we found out there that were trendy. Let me know what you think about the trends, how you're going to be incorporating them into your own personal style. Anything and everything. I love to talk to you guys in the comments. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in my next video.